said to kill the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think. Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I have more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding together, we all came from hunger.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that Street Geek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, another wonderful episode of NERDSoul. That's right, hip hop and geek chilling. We talk about Cobra Kai, y'all. Cobra Kai, y'all. All right, now, big shout out to Tom that is in the chat right now. Anyone else that's getting y'all lurk on, thanks for rolling through. I'm going to hit that like, subscribe, all that stuff, you know, the algorithm stuff. You do what you do, you know, share it, whatever. We got a couple folks coming through today. Maybe a single folks coming through today, but I believe we got a couple folks coming through today. And while we get started, I wanna give a shout out, you know what I'm saying, to the crew last night. You know what I'm saying? Before we even get started, I want to give a shout out to the crew last night. Last night we talked about D23, the Disney and the Marvel news. We'll be talking about the Star Wars news or Lucasfilm news because they had Willow too. We'll be talking about that tomorrow night. But I wanted to give a shout out to the crew. We had Jason Reeves on there. We had Keith from Blerd-ish on there. We had Gift come through. We had the ultimate MC, host, podcast guest in Clement Bryant. We had some very cool people. Had a lot of fun. And big shout out to all of them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, definitely, if you didn't check it out, after this, you can go peep that, check out that video, and see us here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. PST. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy, the amount of fun that we were able to have in such a short period of time, but it was cool. So, with that said, hey, that's out the way. You know what I'm saying? We got that done. Little house cleaning. Now, Cobra Kai. Real quick for my folks in the chat. How are you feeling in general about season 5? I think I'll get that first. I'll get y'all in the comments and in the chat. How are you feeling about season 5? Before we even get started, I want to know kind of like where y'all are at with it. You know what I'm saying? What's y'all feelings on it? Because I'll say in general, Cobra Kai is a show that really shouldn't work. Like, if you look at Cobra Kai, you're like, this is cheesy. What's up, Geeky Andre? It's cheesy. There's wacky moments. There's this teen drama. There's adult teen-ish drama. There's these wild karate stakes where it's like, you know, what in the world are these adults doing, or what kind of life are they living? Where you can't go to a little, you know, bar and lounge or something without getting into a scuffle. And it's based on a 80s to 90s property that is kind of cheesy in itself. But it's so entertaining. Oh, man. Geeky Andre said, I like season 5, but season 4 is still my favorite. What about season 4 makes it your favorite? Let me know on that one. But this show, it's so entertaining. Like, who was sitting around like, I care about what Danny is doing. I care about what Johnny is doing. I care about what Kreese and Silver is doing. Like, I don't think anybody outside of like a small cadre of fans, like, man, I'd really love to see the grown-up tales of Daniel LaRusso. But in a very weird way, this has become one of my favorite shows. Not because it's like, you know, this show is some Emmy Award winning, perfectly written and crafted, but there's just something about this. This show hits the right tones of like nostalgia and like cheese, but with also giving some like decent fight scenes. Like, this is, before I say decent fight scenes, I'm talking about for the people, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to get into, you know, Kreese and everybody and Danny, but this thing, like, really, Big Pain says Cobra Kai is what would happen if CW knew how to produce a teen show. Yo, because honestly, it's like CW, but like better. It's like, it's so entertaining. I'm locked in. I get the nostalgia. They actually pick great moments from the movies to like bring up where you're like, oh yeah, that did happen. Like, you forget, like, oh snap, yeah, that did happen in Karate Kid 2. Or that, oh yeah, that did happen in part 3. Or that did, oh man, I completely forgot about this scene in the first movie. Stuff like that, little different statements and stuff where they're able to connect that in a way where you get drawn in and care about these characters. Like, from Daniel on down to, dare I say, Johnny, Miguel, Robbie, Kenny, all these characters, I actually kind of care what's going to happen to them. There isn't one character in this show where I'm like, I don't care. Like, whenever someone comes on the screen, I'm like, yo, I like this. And the music, whether score related or actual like, licensing related, actually comes through. Like, it comes through in a way where, like, I'm not taken out of the story. It actually draws me in, and it paints a perfect picture of who these characters are. And I am truly happy that we have this show. As crazy as it is, I'm truly happy. Yeah, Tom, I saw your last two comments. If you've never seen the show, there's really nothing for me to say to you about this except, like, I don't know, maybe you should leave because you don't want to get spoiled, or if you just want to hang because you're like, hey, I don't care if I get spoiled or not, then cool. But I mean, there's really nothing for me to say. You're like, I don't watch the show. I saw some clips. We're reviewing the show. So, Well, Geeky Andre says it felt like the stakes were higher and more dramatic and more karate in season 4. You know what? Okay. You know what? I might give you that. Because, we got Johnny's losing his school and Kreese is coming in. The kids are switching sides and decide, and then you have the contest. So, but in this one, we actually get some slicing and dicing. Now, for me, the fight in, I believe, season 2. Yeah, the fight at the end of season 2, or was it at the end of season 3? I think the fight at the end of season 2 is probably where I would hang my hat for this show, because wherever the school fight, the season for the school fight, which I believe is season 2, that was crazy. Like, just generally insane that was able to, one, even be pulled off with actors that age. Because, I mean, of course, they're younger actors, and it's not like this cast is full of, like, martial arts, champions. And not to say that they don't have skills, but just saying it's not like this is a cast full of, like, Michael Jai White and Jet Li and Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and stuff. But, like, these kids are still pulling off crazy stunts. And it's just like, season 2. So it is just wild to see that. So with that said, I've prefaced it. This is how I feel about the show. The show is top notch. It's great and it's super entertaining. Now, season 5 should be where a show ends. But like Geeky Andre said, I actually want more. Like, I'm not done with this show. Like, even with the crazy situation of Kreese in the end walking out the jail, I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, we kind of knew there was going to be some kind of jailbreak because, we knew that he stole the card key. So I was like, nah, he about to get up out of here. But, man, I mean, for real though, like, really? I want more. And this show is at season 5. This show could go on to, like, Supernatural season amount levels, and I'd be cool with it. Like, what do you think we'd be cool with another 10 years? Maybe another 10 years. Maybe another 5. Maybe like 10 seasons. A strong 10. Now, Geeky Andre says Chosen was stealing the show this season. Oh, for sure. He was so over the top and funny. Yo, the dudes that he beat up outside of Mike's furniture spot. Come on, man. Come on, son. Come on. Then talk about don't get blood on the couch. Come on, son. And then even the point where he kind of complains about the couch, and then Daniel and his wife being like, oh yeah, I forgot. A whole bunch of kids came in and broke stuff, so it used to be a bed in there, but now it's just couch. Because the house fight was also crazy. Remember when the kid with the glasses thought there was a cat outside, and then they threw him through the window. Like, the show is insane, but in a very good way. So, with that said, we do have at least Keith. He's gonna roll through. We're gonna let me see. I think what we're gonna do is probably, yeah, we'll barbershop it up. We got Keith coming through too, so we'll barbershop it up. So first, let's go on and talk about the state of the valley. Man, yo. We find out, at the end of the season, Tori's like, oh snap, yo, Silver cheated. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the real champ. I mean, we already knew, but you know what I'm saying? We found out some more. And Silver cheated again this season. Yo, homie was not playing. So we finally have an opportunity to see Cobra Kai expand. And I mean, I don't know if I can hate on Cobra Kai aesthetics. I mean, the boy that what is it, penis breath, the switch side, he was like, they got a smoothie bar, they got cool jerseys. Miyagi-Do ain't got no cool jersey. You know what? Miyagi-Do needs jerseys. All right. I buy a Miyagi-Do jersey, like a jersey with a little tree on it. I do that. But all I'm saying is they got cool jerseys. You know what I'm saying? They got special karate gis and stuff. They got cool like technological punching bags and stuff. And they putting the suits on your body to make sure you can punch strong and stuff. Like, I mean, I know they evil, but like it's still good though. Like the studio is good. I like the feng shui, if you will, of the studio. Bruh, they got, soundproofing this and special technology that. They got all kinds of like punching dummies. They don't just got regular punching bags. All right, because I think like Miyagi-Do just got like bags of sand on a string or something. But over there, they got, and then what was it? The people was kicking watermelons. They ain't got, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got the top qualities, all right? But Cobra Kai got the illest, man. I gotta be honest. I can see why kids want to go there. You know what I'm saying? It's a very Instagrammable karate dojo. All right. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a very Instagrammable. Now, Big Pain said they got to work on the Miyagi Fang name or something. Yeah, they got to figure that out. Maybe Miyagi Eagles, the Eagle Miyagi, maybe like Miyagi Flight. I don't know. Something with an eagle, Miyagi. I don't know. Yeah, because I mean birds don't have fangs, man. So I mean we covered this like in season 2, but or season 3, I think we covered. But we see the expansion. And outside of Silver, I'm actually not mad at the expansion. I mean, look at this. Silver gave $30,000 to the at-risk kids. Now, of course, it's for his own good, but I mean, $30,000 is $30,000. Like, say if somebody was mean, all right? So say someone who was really mean and did underhanded stuff to like you and your friends. Like say if there was like, okay, peep this. Say if you know someone who was trying to get you, your friend fired, you know what I'm saying? And it was mean to you and they were disrespectful on the job and they didn't care about nobody but themselves, right? But then they offered to give you $30,000. Would you be like, well, I ain't taking the $30,000? Because I mean, $30,000 in itself is just the $30,000. Like it's not like the $30,000 didn't do anything. It's the person. But once the $30,000 becomes yours, then you can do good things with that $30,000. So, I mean, you gotta get. I mean, on the outset, you got Cobra Kai. It looks cool. Silver looks cool. He got the ponytail. He looked like he got money, and he really got money. You know what I'm saying? Actually, he got so much money. I'm like, bro, why are you even like fooling with these people? So, with that said, before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to one of our guests. All right, Keith from Blerd-ish. What's up?
What's up, y'all? Sorry I'm late. I was getting stopped by a Cobra Kai goon. Well,
oh, man.
I'm a Miyagi-Do goon because Cobra Kai's still cooler, but
oh snap!
Well, they were cooler with Johnny and Kreese, but now they just slimy.
Well, I mean, like I said, man, that expansion was cool and the dojo was looking sweet. Like, you know what I'm saying? It does look nice. It does look nice.
Them dojos are nice, bro.
Them work top quality. I want to go to the Cobra Kai dojo. I mean, just without Silver.
Without Silver.
And what was the little snake bites where the kid was like, "Yo, that's pure protein." Like, you can't be eating all that. Like, you're gonna get backed up. You know what I'm saying? You know? But so real quick, when you finish watching the season, how do you feel about season 5 as a whole?
As a whole, it is not my favorite, but it's one of those transitional ones, but I enjoyed it. But somebody said like it's starting to get a little fast and furious insane.
It's
But I
starting
like it.
to.
Well, like, not say they jump in the shark, but when you got people showing up with iPad, grown adults that fly in to beat these kids' asses.
Well,
Yeah,
they weren't.
to
They
train
were
these
there to
kids to
train
beat
them.
the other kids to beat their asses. But like you grow, like where are your other students?
He trying to
But
go global, man. He trying to go global.
I do like
Remember
the
the
cat that voice
flashback? He trying to
that
go global.
that one dude was like, "Hey, adult classes on Wednesday." Oh, okay, so y'all actually this is how y'all make y'all real money. Y'all train
Yeah, you know what I'm
adults.
saying?
So who y'all really like? I want to know who the crazy adults y'all training and what y'all doing to them,
Man,
tearing them alive.
yeah, because homie brought in the Ninja Squad, straight, pure, uncut karate evil, all right, from overseas. Brought them over.
Yeah. It was like this season. I know we're gonna get to it. I enjoyed it. Um, some of it, I'm so glad that some things I think are finally over.
Mm-hmm.
The switching sides, which hopefully that's finally over, and I think we're going to see the real globalization of it, because they brought in fresh blood, like old girl, they brought
Yep.
her in, so clearly she has to be the big bad of season 6, and she just walked off, and she is Cobra Kai. That's her
Yeah.
birthright. And Silver
Yeah.
just, first of all, this is how
He gonna
where
beat those
Cobra Kai.
charges. He got money.
That's what I'm about to say. First of all, he wouldn't even been arrested in his own house. They would have came and arrested him. But
He would have did one of them situations where the lawyer works it out where he gets to turn himself in.
in fact, let's face it. It looks good for the end of season 5, but let's face it, he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be in jail. Even though
Yeah.
he chopped up Chosen, but he was on his own property, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on his own property.
He gonna beat them charges.
Now, and
Like,
Chosen, Chosen ain't dead. Like, they try to make it seem like Chosen ain't dead. He gonna be all
nah.
right. He gonna make it, man. He gonna get back home. Kimiko gonna hit him with that Florence Nightingale nursing back to health. You know what I'm saying? With nothing but that karate 2 loving. You know what I'm saying? She gonna bring him back to health. And then he gonna be ready to fight, because then they're gonna be at the Sekai Tenkai or Tepai or whatever they were. They're gonna be at the world championship. All right. And then he gonna be like, you in my house.
I just know I'm glad that this show knows how to give people what they want. They know how to give an
Yeah.
encore. 2 things you always going to get: a Johnny don't know technology and Johnny is a caveman moment, and they
Yeah.
never get old for me.
But
Like,
at least they don't do it with the same things. He's constantly learning new stuff. Because remember the moment where he tried to act like he was all that because he knew about Uber now? It's like, bro, you didn't, bro, 2 weeks ago, you knew nothing about Uber. Shut up.
terrible Uber driver. Like, Johnny, like, you supposed to be beyond this, bro. Like, he's like, no, Billy Idol is on. Raise your fist and fist pumps.
Dude had empty cans all over. Dude peed while he was in the car. I mean, come on, man.
Johnny makes
If you want to pee in the car while you're in the car by yourself, it's your car. I guess you pay for it. You can pee all you want. But unless you're leasing it, then don't do that. But if you own the car, you know what I'm saying? This is your car. You know what I'm saying? Then
Johnny
pee to your heart's content.
makes
But there's a passenger there, man.
Al Bundy look like a competent adult at times.
Oh man. So, but yes, I will say this isn't my favorite season, but I push back on the Fast and Furious thing because it's like, bruh, after that school fight, everything's off. No, we're done. No,
Yeah,
that
everything.
I don't want to hear it. We are
I'm
finished.
glad they went where this was a summer season, so they're like,
Yeah.
don't worry about school. Don't worry about school. And
Don't worry
it's
about
like
school.
wink, wink. We're gonna be able to squeeze out another maybe school year, 2 school year seasons to wrap this up. So this is
Yeah.
just that's why I say it's a transitional season. Because
Yeah.
like in Saved by the Bell, and you gotta throw in some Saved by the Bell love there
Yeah.
with these grown old kids. And you know how they'll stretch it out where like one of the seasons where they went on vacation to work a summer job.
Yeah.
They all somehow got the job at this resort with the dude who was in Lion King as Pumbaa was running the resort.
Yeah.
And the girl who was married to the dude on that other TV show, King of Queens. That season.
Oh, damn, I can't think. But yeah, it's like, come on, y'all grown. But like when Robbie had his shirt off, I'm like, yo, that's a grown man body. Like he had like a 10-pack. I'm like,
Like,
don't no
and they made
15-year-old
sure to
got
show.
this.
Even Hulk was like, I'm slim, but I still got like some ribs. Like I feel like it was in a
I'm gonna
contract.
uncage the Hulk.
They had to show you 6. I
Yo,
think it's in the contract.
they couldn't even allow Sam's friends on the show for real like that because it's like, yo, these are just grown women now. Like they're just grown women now.
These are
like
very
Moon
grown
and
First, I looked at my wife and I always mess with her. Like I said, those are very grown women. Like it ain't even like they not even they. That's why they did a summer season because and I see little man there, so I'm gonna keep keep this family friendly. All I'm gonna say is these grown women, these actors probably like, look, I'm about 24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
We gotta get it out there. All right. Gotta get some other roles ready. Come on.
Yeah, I gotta get some other roles, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't be, you know what I'm saying? Because we can't, when we go away to college, you know what I'm saying? Who else going, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be over. That's why I'm feeling maybe like 3 more seasons, maybe like 2-3 more seasons. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't care if they wrapped it all up in one more, but I think we got 2 more.
Oh, okay. So
I think it's like 7 is it.
7 is the absolute end of this karate craziness.
It kind of need to end in 2 more years.
But I'm like, bruh, I ain't gonna front. I'm so entertained. Like, I'm really not like I mean, of course I know it has to end, but
it's not bad.
I'm really fine with the show.
Somebody made the analogy, I think it was Corey on Double Toasted. And it's the same philosophy that I got with
shouts out to Corey.
To day shift. Like day shift was it was good at points. Other points it was terrible, but you meet in the middle and you get above average, just slightly above average entertainment. Because
day shift is honestly where those kind of like mid-range budget action films of the 90s were. But see, since I used to love those, you know what I'm saying? You go to Blockbuster and rack up on those things, and so I enjoyed it. But I know for people that want a little elevation, I know
they are good time wasters, is what they are. And Corey called you it's like eating a bag of chips. He's like, you don't really want it, you don't need it, but you're like, this is good. It's like every once in a while, like some chips are like, oh, they ain't got nothing on it, but then you get hit with that chip with the extra seasoning on it, and they'll be like, oh, that's really good. And then when you're done with it, you ball that ish up and then you throw the bag away.
Yeah, it's what I call basically what I call the first Suicide Squad. I was like, it's empty calories. Like when you eating it, you're like, oh, this is good. And then when you finish eating, you're like, I shouldn't have ate that.
Same
I
with Thor.
shouldn't have ate
Same
that. That's
with
like
Thor.
1,000 calories, and I ain't getting no protein, no vitamin D, C, A,
Same
K, nothing
with
from it.
Thor Ragnarok. Same with Thor Ragnarok. I had higher expectations than Thor Ragnarok to be empty calories. And just
Mm-hmm.
quick aside, even though I know, shout out to Jason Reeves. I know he like to think
Uh-oh.
of everybody as like, Marvel, slaves. But, you know, that's how I felt about Thor Ragnarok. Like, and all the people who just now watching Thor months later, and they're like, I don't know why the bad reviews. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because people like 50 calories. And I know I hear from some of my fellow vendors and people out there who want to rail back, y'all too late to the party. It was over the first week in July. I'm sorry for you. But these empty calories, Cobra Kai, see, I can go back for this because it's a
Yeah.
series that's very bingeable. And it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's very bingeable, and it's
super bingeable.
like I said earlier, it's just enough nostalgia and cheese to have a good time. And
It
you know
never,
what? It doesn't try to be more than what it is.
yes. And you know what it is? Also, it's bingeable and they know right when to cut it that it don't overstay its welcome. It be close.
Yep.
It be like all right, all right.
Well,
It's like it's like that friend where, all right, you bring him over, he might drink of a little bit of beer, he talking too much. But you know what? He's never rude. He might bring a nice treat and then he get his ass home right on time when you need to go. Like, all right, I gotta go. All right, cool. Good seeing you.
like
See you next week. See you in a couple of weeks.
so Geeky Andre said, congratulations to Johnny and Carmen, which let's talk about this story beat for a second. This is one that could have been whack, drawn out, and dumb and annoying, but they handled it in a CVS moment in a montage, and they were like, "We're done." And I was like, "See, they got in there. They got." Now, I mean, of course, she's still pregnant, but I'm just saying they got in there. They had them be a little bit crazy, and they got out. Even the stuff with Miguel, they covered Miguel like going to Mexico in like one episode.
In fact, now that you brought that up, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Geeky Andre, by the way, for bringing up some
Word up.
things. Yes, congratulations to Johnny and Carmen. Happy for the hopefully Johnny gets the second shot to be a better dad and learn some stuff. But the Miguel going to Mexico, it had a good moment in it. Overall, I thought those episodes, I'm glad they got that out the way.
Yeah.
They didn't go nowhere, and it was just. But I like how silly they do it. First of all, do you know how many hectares there probably are in Mexico? And he just happened to land there via like, oh, these crooked surfers are going to give me the right city. They're that honest, but I gotta still possibly whoop their
The
ass.
best thing you got is Hector.
And you met two, and you found the right one.
I'm gonna hold it down for Hector real quick. I'm gonna hold it down for Hector real fast. And we got the big homie. You know what I'm saying? We got the big homie Gift coming through. Yo, what up, Gift? What up, Gift?
Yo, what's really good, y'all? What's really good?
Chilling. So we got we're talking about Miguel real quick and his dad. I wanna bring this up. All right, so Miguel calls his mom crying and stuff and like, you was right, mama. My daddy is bad. I mean, is he? Because we didn't really see him do anything.
Hold up.
Like, is he?
I mean,
like, is he really bad? Like, I could see if he walked up on him, and he was like beating the dude in the back of a meat packing plant, and I'd be like, oh snap, like, yo, you gotta get out of there.
Mike,
but I'm like,
Mike,
you're a dirty club promoter. You might sell a little drugs on the backside.
Can I say this? This is what they did. Because I was gonna say the reason why that was one of my the part of him crying, I felt sorry for Miguel because he listen to what the man said. The man basically said, I'm trying to think of PG. He basically said, these people, these women, your mom, and like before Miguel can even say this, he like she was basically called her trash. He didn't know he was with child.
Yep.
The man obviously pushed a lot of dope. It's very wink.
If he's afraid of the FBI and even at worst, they're not even a good even the people who called it and this
the country, dog.
Right. Like no,
a lot of dope.
Like, the man was extra. The man was extra. At minimum, the man grabbed you by your shirt. Like, you
he thought he thought he could have been a snitch. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know it was his son.
Exactly. Why are you worrying if you're just a dirty club promoter? You got the cops in your local area taken care of. You're not worried about Americans. This man looking at jurisdiction.
A decent shop owner to a sleazy, dope pushing club owner who's the man. Real fast, he taking money out the cash dresser. He's like, forget my wife and her.
My wife and kid's son.
I'm gonna disappear for 2 weeks. I don't care. She only with me for the money. Dude, he's not an honorable guy.
That man's an Andrew Tate student. All right, you got to understand. All right,
come on, like, yes. In fact,
look, all I'm gonna say is I need more evidence. I haven't seen. I'm innocent until proven guilty. All right. We ain't see him do nothing. He ain't hurt nobody. I'm scared of the feds too. I don't want the feds.
The people that don't have no feds ran him out to Mexico.
Yo.
And also this, and I'm gonna keep it real. I don't need no more evidence. I don't need that storyline no more. Miguel knows his daddy. A piece of garbage. He went home. Let's not ever revisit that ever again. It's over.
I don't know if you guys already talked about this though, but did you guys find it weird, like how randomly fast he found his dad, and not even like did like real research? He just heard the name Hector and was like, "Yo, you must be my daddy." Like
twice.
Yo,
the 2 Hectors got it right on the second try.
I mean, it's not as if this is one of the most common names in Mexico. Like it's not.
All I'm saying is. The show ain't got but so many episodes, all right? Wrap it up, B.
Good. That's what I think I agree on. Wrap that up, go home.
Wrap it up. And I like that. We got since we didn't follow Miguel the whole episode, we really only got kind of one episode of him in Mexico. And they wrapped it up and got out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Robbie was kind of like... You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you. The moment that the Australian thief guy with his gang was like, once you brought Point Break into this, I was like, okay, we don't need to keep on this storyline much more. I was like, yo, we can roll this through a little bit. Like,
I just love when Johnny said, they're gonna be surfing on you. I'm about to stick you so deep in you.
Man, like, yo. And then his son came in. Man,
with
come
the kick.
on, man. Yo, call that boy quick kick. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh. It seems to be the attribute of these kids out here. Like, these kids be coming in with a flying kick from the side every time. Nobody comes with a punch.
You know what? You're right. Flying kicks do come off screen. Like,
they come
kids in this show need to be like this all the time. Like,
facts.
Keep your head on a swivel. But who are the giant black men that don't say nothing in these series? He just stood there as a board to be used for the right-o.
So since you brought up the word black, let me go in and indict this show real quick. I know we got Kenny, but everybody else got parents. Kenny has parents, but Kenny's that kid that has the invisible parents. His parents are never there. We never see him. Somehow he lives in a house where the bills are paid. There's hot water. There's soap. He has socks, shoes, drawers, food. Who's paying for this stuff? We don't know.
Hey, just because his dad is Charlie Brown, don't mean that.
Well, no, we actually saw him. He was on Skype one time like, son, you got to be good. And that was it.
Right.
And his brother's a thug.
Yeah, his brother's in jail.
Still, for whatever reason.
And Silver, with all this money, you couldn't hook it up and get my brother out of jail? You know what I'm saying? Once again, just like in Captain America, this is another brother that is connected to someone who got mad money. Is not like, yo, man, hey, my brother in jail, he could use a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Some Innocence Project, my player. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What? Now, I will say this. I like that Kenny has had a actual character arc, and there is a brother on the show. You know what I'm saying? That's getting some lines. He's getting some love.
I disagree with something. I did not like Kenny's arc this year. I wanted more. I didn't. I didn't feel like he had an arc this year. Like,
you felt like it just continued off from what it was last season, so more of a plateau.
Well, one note, like for one, if he's gonna be, you know, demented and twisted. Now he had a good part. I love what he did, but as a full character, I need more. I think we're gonna get more in season 6. So maybe they smartly saved it because you know what's gonna happen. But
now I see what you're saying. But remember, we also still got the insecurity about being a leader, about still being too small, being too young. And then he did have moments where he thought about Robbie and what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with that,
he said some, I guess,
we got some quick
from
kicks.
The way the last season ended, I guess that I thought they was going to get more of him beat the kid. I do like him whooping the hell out of LaRusso kid, but I wanted to see more of that, but I forgot. I didn't know this was going to be a summer season, so they didn't go back to school with it. And in a way, I hope that they wrapped it up anyway. Not that they got to be friends. They ain't got to be friends.
They stuck LaRusso's kid head inside doo-doo water. Literal doo-doo water. How much worse do you need to go from that? Like, how do you need to go? Like,
I'm saying they don't need to do much more. I'm saying it's over. I say I'm glad if they just let that go. And I now want to see more of the story. Eventually, like I feel like next season, a third of the story need to be on Kenny and maybe LaRusso's kid. Like they need a little bit more. Not say to fight each other, but since they're clearly the next generation to keep this going a little bit longer, because they're actually still kids, whereas everybody else are grown old adults.
I also like the fact that Sam brought it up. She was like, "Ain't that the kid that you like beat up and put milk on?" And he was like,
yeah.
Now, at the same time, as someone that would be like in Robbie's situation, or maybe, like a sensei, I'd be like, all right, man, look, I get what he did to you, but
let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Because now what it's going to do is turn you to the dark side, man. Fear turns to hate. Hate turns to suffering. You know what I'm saying? Now,
hey, look. No. It's true. I guess I don't know. Part of me, I have a lot of trouble with the Kenny character, not in a negative way, too.
Okay.
Because a lot of me is just like I continue to get like what he's saying is true. Cobra Kai did give him his confidence. Like Cobra Kai made him legitimately powerful. So it's very difficult if I was in his position to be like, yo, anything you say or do is wrong just because, you know, it's perceptively wrong because you provided me something that not only ended my situation, but I was able to send it over. I think the only thing that I think gets lost is how, like you know, like he said, like how long it is going on, because it's like you've now kind of evened the odds already altogether. Like the dude is legitimately scared of you. Like you got,
and I think that's why they wrapped it up at the end of the season. I think that's why they were like, I think they realized like, all right, as they were writing this season, they were like, all right, we're gonna have to wrap this up too.
And here's the thing,
Kenny low key a sociopath. Like, maybe he wants to go into. Maybe we need to keep bullying him a little bit more. Yeah, that boy is straight up psycho.
He bullied. He's like literally breaking like LaRusso's kid don't even have a shot. And also, I don't like people getting jumped on, like go one-on-one. Kenny obviously would murder him. And I don't like that Kenny is like, the acting is so cheesy. It's getting a little cheesy with Kenny. I think he got talent, but it's like, let's pull that back a little bit.
Well, he's kind of like the new Johnny, sort of. But I mean, now he's changed. But
I mean, honestly, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I feel like he resembles more Third Sister from Obi-Wan than he resembles Johnny.
Ooh.
Because it's now getting to a point where the rage isn't matching the actions. Isn't matching the justice. But it's just like, we need a villain. He needs to turn into.
I also say, if I want to pull something out, I'll say the rage can be there, but because if you, and I know I'm pulling Galaxy Brain, that's more than what the writer's doing, but I'm looking at Kenny. I'm pulling myself and Kenny because let's just say your brother. I had my brother who was in and out of jail before he died. You got this issue. Your parents aren't around, so you have
got no
power,
protection.
but then you have to realize that just because you have the power don't mean you need to abuse it. So I think he's kind of learned the bigger lesson. And again, LaRusso's kid is such a little wimp. It's like, go on the bigger.
Also, why have you gone after any of the other kids? Like, beat up the other 4 kids.
I said that. I was like, all right, now LaRusso, you kind of put this in motion. And the thing is, if you smack me, you don't get to choose the consequence of what I do back. Like if I punch you, you don't get to say, oh, well, you should have only smacked me back. No, you don't get to choose that. So you know, he set this in motion. He don't get. But then I was also like, but he should be spreading these beat downs around.
He's right. There were 5 of them kids.
Even if I was the LaRusso kid, I'd be like, hold up. Like before he grabbed me, I'd be like, before you hit me.
Friends too.
All right, George was there. Kevin was there. Why you ain't beating them up?
Why you ain't beating them?
All 3 of them.
I know you're going to beat me up, but I'm just saying.
They probably Cobra Kai goons in the background. They switch sides. Because everybody switch sides. Oh, you beating my friends? I'm going to jump on the other side and be like, you kick his face in, you. So you don't kick my face in. And then I'm going to get some strong karate moves. And then I'm going to kick everybody's face in too. Because I'm evil now. That's how it works.
So I did want to give a shout out to the next thing I want to bring up, which is I'm gonna give a shout out to Water Country USA. It's a VA reference, but the water park. First thing you see the black man come through when it was like, this is our side of the park. I was like, first thing, ain't nobody's side of nobody park. All right? Y'all either act right or you get your lords out. They'll be like, Dad, he don't play. You ain't my daddy.
Just going for my job, and I saw kids acting up. Like, look, get on my nerves running around this library. It's quiet. Quit bothering these people. Go sit down. Shut up.
Yo, you would have heard so much. You would have heard so much sit down.
Yeah, right.
And since when I was young, I was told to sit down so much, I have practiced now. So I would have been able to tell, hey, sit down. All right? You want me to get up? They'll be like.
And I know, folks, and I know that one little thing can upset the whole balance of this series. Where are one cop to be like, can y'all sit y'all asses down?
One officer breaks this whole show.
But it's like, step in, sit down.
In reality, at least in LA, the response time for LAPD is 15 to 17 minutes. So honestly, you can have a straight up brawl before anyone shows up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, I mean, I don't know about other people's cities. Maybe they're super quick, but the average response time is about 15 minutes. So you could have a real brawl.
We have a water park in Baton Rouge, but because of how I know our police and we have a police department, and then our parish, aka a county, we have
the constable.
We have the sheriff's office. I guarantee you, the water park has a sheriff that patrols.
True. There's definitely
because who owns that damn water park? They pretty much got some ways.
Yeah, Lisa. He said there's definitely a sheriff at the water park. Yeah, at King's Dominion, there's a couple officers there, or like
if they not on the premises,
Busch Gardens or something. Yeah.
Oh, they're right outside.
Well, minutes to get there. That's how
we'll make this even. We'll make this even simpler. The sheriff's office is literally across the street from the water park.
There you go.
The sheriff's office is literally across the street from it. Like literally 13 cop cars ready to go at any point in time.
He said 13 though.
I lived right next to I counted that place.
Because
13 cop cars ready to go.
The reality of it, the sheriffs make money for them patrols. They make extra money, unlike because the city police cannot go in their jurisdiction once they get out of the city line. We have a weird hectic mumbo jumbo line in our parish between city
like,
lines.
It's funny because in VA they have like this buffer area where each county, or I guess for y'all it would be parish, each county can go, I think, 5 miles into the next territory if it's in pursuit of someone. Like, so say if someone does something, they can come in there and be like, hey, you did this in Central Virginia, say like, you did this in Richmond, and I know you're in Chesterfield, but I'm still gonna arrest you. Or you know what I'm saying?
City police and sheriff here don't necessarily get along. It'll have to be something serious. Where the police are not going to go in the sheriff's way, but the sheriffs can go all across the chessboard. If you feel me.
Okay. But sheriffs have a dumb amount of power out in the South, particularly in Louisiana. The sheriff's office is crazy. Like if you said like there's a mayor, the sheriff's office is like Mayor B.
But you don't want the city police though. You probably rather the sheriff, because the city police gonna prove it to you if they gotta get their hands on it.
It's weird. It's funny over here. I don't know, because you know when it comes to the news, it's almost like they go back and forth. LA County, the LA County sheriffs, or the LAPD. So it's like they trade off who's going to be doing the beat downs this week. So you kind of really don't know if you safe or not.
For example, when Mystical got arrested recently, I think it was, I don't know if it was, I think it was sheriff, but I think he was in another parish, but it's still, that was one of the parishes where they might only have sheriffs. I know that's sidetrack, y'all. Yeah, look up the Mystical thing if you want. I ain't gonna go deep into it.
That's that man for life.
You may not be seeing Michael Tyler ever again for a long time.
Yeah, but ever again. It's one of those things where it's like, it's true. An officer, just a squad car would probably break this shit. But you see it at the end, here they come. Just like them 90s action films from back in the day. You'd be like, oh well, thanks, I'm finished now. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'd be like, oh well, thanks, I beat up 30 people on my own. Thanks, right? Like it's finished.
They're like, good job.
You did a great job.
You know the thing that surprises me though? Like you would think by this point in time, we've gotten 5 seasons. Basically, at least 4 out of 5 of those seasons, there's been a giant martial arts gangster brawl. Like, at what point does the city start putting in like martial arts ordinances? Like, this is where's the martial arts unit of the police?
Or like the sign with the no sign with a dude like this.
Well, here's the thing:
no karate allowed.
To break reality again, it's mostly Asian, white, and white adjacent kids with money fighting each other, and a couple of black goons. And also they make money off of karate. Clearly, it's so popular. They let you believe that it's as popular as football.
It's just in the valley, though. Just in the valley.
Just in the valley.
We can take over the world with our martial arts child soldiers.
Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. When it comes to like you said with football, I watch local news from all around the nation because I have it set up in a way where I can like look at like news from like Houston, Miami, Atlanta, whatever, right? And when football came back, even for high school, all of the local news was football. Boom. Once you went probably above the Mason-Dixon, nobody was talking about football in their local news, and I was just like, "Wow!" I say, "This is interesting." And then on another hand, this is another rabbit hole to talk about. I started noticing. I was like, "Look at all this money swirling around football, and they ain't even in college yet." But if I take a pair of shoestrings for my cleats, you talking about, man, get out of here. But anyway,
it's a whole other thing. Have you ever watched Friday Night Lights? The series?
No, I've never seen the movie or the series. I've never seen either of them.
Watch that.
It'll tell you a lot.
It's like
I have a friend that's actually from that town, and she was like, "That's exactly how it's like."
Wow. But yeah, I know because everybody pretty much north of VA, because of course, since I'm from VA, and I'll be going back since I'm from VA. I saw the news. I saw it change. You know what I'm saying? Henrico High School, Chesterfield High School, you know what I'm saying? Huguenot, whatever. All these high schools, they were like, they're back playing football. I'm just like, y'all doing interviews and stuff like y'all.
There is a reason. If you go to NFL teams, I guarantee you about 40% of them or 50% of them are from the South. Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. But then when you watch the news in New York, they're not doing anything on foot. Chicago, nothing. They're not doing anything on news in Seattle. They weren't talking about football. In LA, they weren't talking about high school football like until the NFL started. So like it's just interesting. Like the South, there was like, yep, we back.
The South is all levels of football from high school. If you in maybe some parts of middle school.
No. This is fact. From 8th grade, there's enough kids high school, to get recruited.
College, pro. They are talking all levels of it all day.
I have an uncle who is a professional photographer for high school football in North Carolina. He's not. And and it's serious. I mean, serious. Like he has lenses that are like these lenses cost like $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. Like the game is real. Like so maybe that's what it's like in the Valley for karate. You know what I'm saying?
It's a basketball state, and they still spend money on football.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is in the Valley for karate. They're like, oh yeah.
Karate. But that's the thing. If we had a whole bunch of football teams brawling inside the schools and breaking backs, there's guaranteed a city ordinance about to come on football teams. Like,
you know what? Matter of fact,
I'll say this: what they gonna do? They're not gonna have a city ordinance on football. What they gonna do is have certain patrols on certain teams that look like you in certain areas.
Teams.
That's true.
Like.
That team will be on a very certain side of the tracks.
So they want you to participate, but they might, if depending on who team you're on, you might find yourself arrested. So another team can come out on top.
This is facts.
How else would you do this?
Because I'd be like, look, if I was a business owner anywhere in Cobra Kai world. I'd be like, if I saw some kids walking, I'd be like, all right, look, for y'all get started. All right? There ain't gonna be no karate in here. All right, buy your sandwiches and go. I ain't playing. I don't care how old you are. Just get out of here.
And do you know what happens next? They gonna throw Bert through a window again. And then it's gonna be on.
They threw a kid through a window, man. All right,
I don't know last year might have been my favorite brawl. This year, the brawl was a little lacking. It was okay.
I think they pulled back on the brawl on purpose.
The brawl was to move the story along.
Yeah.
The last 2 years,
but they had multiple brawls. So,
they had multiple brawls. But the last 2 brawls with the school and then at the LaRusso house was insane. It's just like madness. That's pure hatred.
I'm like, yo, hold up. This is my house. Like, what is wrong with you? Now, speaking of the house, we had a little fracture, a little ice cracking going on, but we did have some repairing. You know, we had the LaRusso love, you know what I'm saying, get tested. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm tired. You're being mean to Silver, and like you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to Ohio.
Can I say this? I want to jump in. I'm gonna let you start, Gil, because I want to go off. I'm gonna go off on Sam, and I'm gonna go off on the mom just a little bit about something. I like the mom very much so, but I'm gonna let Gil take it.
Okay, cool. So I was gonna do the same thing, but Sam's too easy of a target, so I'm gonna go after the mom just solely. Okay, because the fact of the matter is, like, she brings fights around as well too. We saw this in Ohio. The country of the Midwest, the South of the Midwest,
South of the Midwest.
Shouts to Ohio, man.
But what makes it sadder is like homegirl can't fight, so she like getting mad about all these brawls. But yo, you can't protect yourself. Yo, you gonna talk all that smack and carrying out? Nah.
Well, now on the real, like she was trying to be cool. Like old girl was like, "Oh, remember when you was using the bat and doing?" And she was like, "Yeah, that was a long time
Need a
ago."
bat.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And she tried to chill, but after I was like, "See how easy it is to get caught up in a brawl?
Right.
See, you know what I'm saying? You minding your business."
But can I say this about that brawl though? Those, first of all, I like how they say these old middle-aged mean girls. First of all, how pitiful is your life? Like, I admit, like, she needs to be a little bit more. I know LaRusso can get a little, like, Danny can get a little annoying.
Obsessive.
But he was almost murdered, and he was beyond bullied. The man
was harassed. He was almost murdered in each movie.
Each movie, he was harassed by a coked out multi-millionaire. 2 old war vets and roided up All Lives Matter Kung Fu Karate Madman by Mike Barnes. And that's like, Johnny was not even the worst. Mike Barnes literally broke this man's leg, and a coked out Gordon Gekko was abusing him. Because every time, like Silver said, like, because Silver start out normal, but when ain't nobody around, what up, daddy boy? When he say daddy boy, it's time to run. You got to fight.
Right.
Yo, he was crazy.
And so she should understand, like, your husband was abused. Like, she was like, oh.
I don't think she appreciated that though. Like, I think that's the problem. I think she looked at it all as stories and looked at it all as just like kid bullying, and not like, yo, I was literally like multiple attempted murders have been going on. Like, I'm dealing with legitimate deep-seated trauma. My daddy left me, my mama dead, I got literally 3 years, quote, quote, of bullies, and two of them were back to back, because Johnny Lawrence and then Shozan were supposed to be like the summer after. So like, this man had like the worst high school years ever of constantly being beat up and attempted to be killed.
And also,
like, you should be happy your husband is not also a psychopath.
And
like,
my
not
wife
killing little cats.
My wife agrees. She don't know all the stories, but once you are Daniel's wife and you meet John Kreese, and Kreese pulled the stuff he did, and Kreese was in your face like he was about to hit you. This is Kreese's right-hand man. I don't care how rich he is. He was trained by Kreese. So it's like, when is it going to stick in your head that they're driving your husband insane to make him look crazy? Now, yes, Daniel fell for the trap. Daniel
fell for the trap hard.
He fell for the trap hard, like an idiot. And it
was when he bought them trees, I was like, he about to take a dump on them trees. I was like, he about to take a video of putting these trees in a wood chipper and put it in a bag and put it on your deck.
He's gonna make great mulch. Like, let me get them trees. That's how.
The second he bought them trees,
he got money to burn or to mulch. Like, he don't give a damn. What can you do with somebody like that?
He hates you so much. He paid $30,000. Do you know how much you have to hate somebody to spend $30,000?
Mulch, my G. Mulch. Like, damn, son.
Yo.
Like, and she was killing me. Like, what's her name? Is it Amanda? I don't know. It's what her name. But it took her cousin.
His wife, like, Amanda.
Her cousin, like, I got kicked in the chest. They kicked me in the chest in Karate Kid 3. Yes, they're crazy. Amanda, leave that. Let Daniel get some. Yo. Like, let Daniel live. They try to kill that boy.
All right, so peep this. Here's my thing, and even in real life, all right, I know people are like, oh, that's just high school. That's high school. Remember, these are the formative years of when your emotions and psychology are forming. And somebody is beating you down every day. And depending on how your school is, there's no escape, especially if they're in, like, say if you have, I'm trying to remember like the certain structure, but if you have like 3 or 4 classes a day, if they're in, say, 2 or 3 of those classes, like, there's no escape. There's no escape for some kids.
After hours.
and they're messing with you after hours, and then they're beating you up, and then they're starting rumors, and then they like so. People
and then trying to run you over with a motorcycle.
In fact, can I just say this? Can I just say this? Let me say this concept again. And I know, one of my people I like, Bill Students, who I listen, I say this every year. They were like, when they's like, oh, Daniel, what if Daniel was the villain? Daniel is not the villain. Anytime
Daniel is not the villain.
A group of kids with more money, karate ability, and dirt bikes run you off a cliff, you are not the villain, sir. You are the victim.
They literally pushed him down the hill to like his doom. Like
against the fence.
Remember, he was up against the fence and they was just giving him body shots, son.
Yeah.
This man got beat up like 4 or 5 times in the movie before he learned karate.
To your girlfriend that you broke, that y'all was on a break, y'all broken up. He is not the villain. Whoever thinks that foolishness, stop it. That's how you get arrested in real life.
But you know the thing. But you know the thing that actually adds the cherry on top of that point is the fact that not only were the kids beating you up, but then an actual grown-ass adult started strategizing how to kill you. Like, started to like it was one thing to say.
He was like, sweep the leg. The first one was like, sweep the leg. Then you go overseas. You like, you know what? Hey man, I had a crazy school year, but I just want to get away. I'm gonna go on this trip with Mr. Miyagi. I'm gonna just relax and just get back to the out in the country life and just be in the village. And then you get beat up there.
And then I'm gonna just say this. Yeah, cause Chosen, I love how Chosen and Johnny was like, he's such a little, I just hated him. I tried to kill him. I ran him off a cliff. I did this. Like they bragging about how they tried to break him.
Yeah.
He comes back stronger. Like, no, y'all attempted murder.
Was that scene not a little weird? Like, it was like 2 parts weird. Like, the first part was like the fact was what you said, like, yo, you guys legitimately bragging about like literally your sociopathic behavior. But then the other part is like, why are you guys like talking about Daniel LaRusso? Like you guys trying to mack him back into bed. Like you 2 girlfriends fighting over him. Like, bruh, like
I was crazier. No, I was crazier. You know what I mean? Then it's like, it's wild that we was crazy, right? It's like,
let's go
killing people. It's all right.
But you know what? Hey, if you're gonna be crazy, go up against the craziest one of Silver.
Like there was nothing. Imagine Daniel's life for at least those 3 to 4-ish years or whatever. So new kid in school, he's like, hey man, new school, just trying to live it up, mind my business. Oh, here's a cute chick. You don't know nothing, but she's cute. Immediately attack dogs. That's it. Yep. Then you go to another country being like, you know what? I'm going to just relax, kick it with Mr. Miyagi. Just, learn about the country and, take in some sights. Maybe take some photos and have something to show my mom. Nope. You get beat up there. Look, the dude was hating. Like, wasn't he hating like when he came on the scene? Like Chosen was mad.
Talk to the girl.
Miyagi.
It always starts with talking to the girl. That's Daniel's problem.
Stop talking to girls. Like whenever you see a woman, just run away.
Like, you dangerous. Every girl you bring around gonna get you killed. Even your own wife now getting killed by the child soldiers.
If you speak to a woman, you gotta be like, do you have a boyfriend or have you had a boyfriend within the last 10 years?
Who does martial arts?
Who does any form of martial arts?
Real talk. Just know this: when in the single days, when somebody say, "Oh, I got a friend," I be like, "What kind of friend is he?" Because it's that friend, without going deep into it, who he ever present. If it was a horror film called The Friend.
All right, I'll say this: I've been in a situation where I actually got swung on, it didn't connect, it caught me off guard. I was in the middle of the food court because I thought I was with my girl. I thought I was with my girlfriend.
Yo.
Apparently, I was with someone else's girlfriend.
No, I got
dude yelling at me, and I'm like, nuh-uh. what you talking about? And then, of course, you look at her, and she got that dumb look on her face. And then both of us was just like,
bruh.
And I was like, bruh, look. I was like, bruh, look. And I just walked off.
This club used to be called Jammin' Jags on Florida Boulevard, Baton Rouge. She met me at my job before I was with my wife now. And I was like, okay, I'll come to this party. She gave me a free pass. I get there. I'm like, hey, what's up? Oh, my friend here. I'm like, what you mean your friend here? I'm like, oh, I said, oh, here it go. She looking like she got her head down. I'm like, get away from me.
Why you trying to hide?
I said, get away from me. I'm gonna hang over here with my boy. And I think her friend wound up getting in some fight. Somebody threw a drink, like, I don't know where this drink came from. It materialized. The dudes were dancing. Somebody threw a drink saying, yeah. Then next thing all hell broke out. I looked at my boy, he came with me. I said, I'm out. I said, you lose my number. Like, I'm out. Peace. Never saw her again.
Yo, look, Karate Kid, he just be minding, Daniel just be minding his business, man. He just be like, oh, this is a cute girl. Oh, she is single, but this crazy dude done decided that she's his. So you in trouble. And matter of fact, hold up. In the third movie, I don't even think he was with that girl. Wasn't she like, was she like his cousin or something? What?
Well, that was his friend. That was the girl I think that was too young in real life.
Oh, yeah.
They were like friend. And that wind up being his now cousin-in-law. So, hey.
Yeah. So, this crate, man, look, he can't be around nobody without... When they did the flashback of Karate Kid 3, I was like, oh, I forgot. They almost threw them off the cliff. I forgot about that.
Like, it was rough, man, on a bike, on a huppy. Like, yeah, he had no shot. And speaking of which, can I roll this into my problem with Sam?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because there's so many.
How are we talking about girl problems? This is why I did like the first two. First of all, I like how Robbie has no problem worrying about women. He forget all.
He ain't tripping. He was like, you see these abs? I'm good.
I don't think Robbie likes girls in real life. I don't know. I'm just assumption. Because I saw the ad. I think he got other stuff going on. Like, you ain't even got to worry about giving me no love interest no more. Look at my abs. I'm cool. But all I'm saying is that Sam I'm tired of her spoiled girl. What about me? It's like,
she do got to grow out of that.
Country trying to find his drug daddy, drug pushing dad, who was his mom. He got time for you, Sam. He gonna get back to you when he get back to you. She's like, what about the fight I had with? I don't give a damn about Tori. Goddamn, I'm trying to find my daddy.
I'm trying to find my drug dealer daddy.
Can you please? Like, bro. The moment she hung up the phone, let me tone down because I was mad a little bit. I would have called that phone back and I would have cursed her butt out so much. I'd be like, bleep you and your LaRusso family. The hell with all of y'all. Your brother's a little punk. I'm gonna beat him up when I get back my damn self. I'm glad Kitty crushing his face in. This is why you lost. You ain't in the corner. You crooked.
All right, let me talk about Sam real quick. Sadly, Sam is a perfect representation of some ladies at that time in their life. The second she was like, I know you needed your time to have your break, but now I need my break. Let me tell you what this means. That means that she's broke up. That means that you are to wait until when she feels like she wants to be with you again. That's what she means. I'm just letting you know. I know it's crazy. Yeah, of course it's crazy. But that's what she means. That's why she was mad when old dude was hugged up with the new boo. You know what I'm saying? Miguel like, shoot, I'm out here. You see these curls? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Ladies want it. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he up in the corner. Now, remember, old girl said she wanted a break. She didn't want to be with him, just friends. She out there reading books at the pool. Remember?
Trying to be the normal.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden, since you've decided the break's over, now all of a sudden everything's supposed to go. It don't work like that, boo.
What
It don't
Miguel
work
say?
like that.
What they say? The girls are for the girls. First of all,
Yo,
Miguel and Robbie needed haircuts this season. Good Lord, man.
yo, man, they did need a trip to the barber for real.
Need some trims, man. But Sam just made me so disgusted this season. Like, I get it. She had to get her little redemption in, but it's like, guess what? Maybe you're not good enough. Her fight was all right, cool. It was silly. And I do, but again, this is how Cobra Kai works. I finally am okay with Tori. Tori was just just how they made Kenny a comic book evil version. She was a comic book evil during the school fight with a big, He-Man bracelet with spikes.
Right.
Bruh, look, I'm gonna keep it real. If they show her mama's feet in the other room one more time, I'm like, let me ask you this. What's your mama's emaciated feet in the other room got to do with the fact that you keep a dirty house? That's why you can't get no man. Cause no, I ain't gonna go there. Well, I'm saying is, shorty do up yo. You need a broom and a vacuum up in this joint. Like, what's going on?
But Tori be getting them though. They just don't come by the house.
They don't never come to that dirty house. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. All right, now I've never been to a dirty house before, but I remember we as a group of friends were going out one night, and there was this girl. She had all these Instagram followers, and everybody wanted her, and she was all perfect and primped and proper and everything, all super tight and right and everything. We went to her house, brother. There was not a piece of furniture up in that joint, but Shorty had a Mercedes. And Shorty had all the fashions, brother. There wasn't no furniture. The TV was on the floor, and I was like,
priorities, dog. She had her priorities in line.
Yo,
I was like, so this
I invest in things that are going to make me the money. I don't need to be taking all this sleeping. I got my mattress on the floor. Let these cockroaches crawl around with me.
She's like, I gotta fake it till I make it. She gotta fake it till she make it.
Bro, I was like, there ain't nothing. There ain't nowhere for us to sit. We just stood around the kitchen, waiting for her to get ready.
Should have brought a folding chair. That's all you.
I looked down the hall. All she got is a bed on the floor. Well, no, she had a box spring and then a bed. And I was just like, in my mind, I was like, you know what? People might clown me that I'm still in my mama's house, but if this is what it's going to be, right now I'm cool. Because at that point, I hadn't moved out yet. So I was like, you know what? If that's what it's got to be, I'm actually okay with that. I was like, because homegirl had nothing. But if you looked online, you'd be like, what? Oh, snap. Yo, she making money?
Who furniture was she faking it with when she was sitting down?
The only thing I can imagine is that she was like taking pictures at other people's houses or whatever. Exactly. That's the only thing I could assume.
No, how you ain't got a folding chair? How you ain't got a chair?
You guys missed the whole thing. All right, you didn't learn your lesson. You forgot to watch Hook. What she did is she imagines it very much so, and it subsequently becomes real in that moment. You gotta wish. You
gotta take the photos real quick.
You didn't have the fairy dust ready to go. So like you weren't seeing that.
Use lazy boy chair.
Look. Is that Robin Williams?
Now, Geeky Andre.
That's why.
Geeky Andre says, I think they might have been setting up Tori's dad to be Dutch. Johnny's Johnny's crazy Cobra Kai friend from the first movie who's in jail. So, maybe, maybe, what I'm saying? Shouts out to Dre that said, forget that octopus necklace. Like, yo, look, man, hey. He just dropped that on the floor. Look, let's keep it real. That joint would have been refunded. I would have been like straight up. I would have asked the old girl right there. Look, I'm buying this for a girl. Things are rocky. Is there a return policy? just in case she get funny, I will be here tomorrow. I might be here later today.
Give me my 182 back. All right, I need my 182 every little time.
Every cent, give it back.
I'm gonna need that money back.
But Tori, shouts out to Tori this season though for having honor.
Yeah, Tori she grew up.
I love how Chosen, like, he pushed that screw back. No, I am going to train. Chosen is so mean. Chosen is the meanest dude out there. Chosen was like, I am going to train your champion. Move back. And beat all them old Rudy Pooks. Just crush them.
So, all right. So since we're talking about Tori, Miss Lee, you know what I'm saying? She's a young lady out there just trying to live in the world. You know, she was on Miyagi though. You know what I'm saying? She was learning that Miyagi style. Or she was learning the Eagle Fang style. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, things happen where the school closed up. She went to some other, I don't know, like relaxed.
It starts with a
I don't know, friendly karate.
Look, Israeli, not Krav Maga karate. All right.
The names are Scrub. That's what the names were.
Yeah.
Scrub martial arts.
Man, they did not look like they were very well trained in the skills. They weren't studying their art, as Dragonfly Jones would say.
They were just playing a sport in a game. They wasn't living the karate in the
right? Living. Where was their martial arts game? They didn't got one.
They don't
all right, that man that fighting child soldiers, he failing. That's failing in the valley.
The thugs practice on from Cobra Kai to get their fights on for Miyagi-Do. That's what they practice.
Yeah. So we got to see her step up. She changed a little bit. It was nice to see the kind of like the 1-2 punch from her and Tori. Seeing her be like, you switching sides? It's like, well, no, I never really switched sides. I was always, you know what I'm saying? I was always loyal to Kreese. We're going to talk about Kreese in a second. Kreese and his crazy self. Yeah. But
and his terrible prison plan.
Yo, we'll get there in a second. So like, we see a dojo that's just weak, as opposed to the Cobra Kai where she's like, yo, hit this slab of stone we got from Lowe's. Like
yeah. Love that Lowe's.
Tell me that don't look like one of them walking pavers that they made her punch. Like it was like, they was like, punch this stone. And she was like, I can't. It's stone. It was like, huh? I was like, this is the exact same scene, but they find a way to be nostalgic and cheesy. But I'm still interested to be like, is she gonna break that stone? I was like, I mean, I know she's gonna break the stone, but I wonder if she's gonna break the stone.
And move the story along in one scene.
Yeah,
they do it all.
Even though, you know what's funny? Ironically, of all the scenes that they did, I was surprised that they didn't use that one as the videotape for like why Terry needs to go to jail. Because literally they kidnapped her and then literally forced her through assault to break her own hand. Like,
yeah.
Because if she would have left, old girl would have hit her with the bamboo stick. Shout out to her as a villain.
Yo,
that's how you get your
she was whooping that kid with a bamboo switch every time she was soft on her.
They brought the most okay. The funniest thing about this show has done such a good job in subverting stereotypes. They brought the most Fu Manchu woman as the new villain.
Yo.
Like I was just waiting for her to just get the beard, just randomly have a beard and mustache to pull out. She was
she traded that with the ponytail.
Facts. There we go.
I had to clear my throat after that one.
With a big forehead. Yo. That woman's hairline was getting pulled back every episode. It got more and more receding.
Bruh, she was the dragon lady. Like, she didn't say a word if it wasn't some type of loaded comment.
Yeah.
It's so a flat out threat.
She was like, these kids are weak. You know, like I want, and then the funny thing is, I was wondering through this. I was like, yo, I wonder if she's working with Kreese on the low, because in the flashback, and the young Silver is perfect. But
Yeah.
in the flashback, that dude, I was like, what are you wearing? Ain't it hot out there? But anyway, in the flashback, Kreese was the one that was smiling and being nice to the little girl, the little girl, aka older karate evil. You know what I'm saying? So it's also let me break this down. Cobra Kai, I know y'all thought y'all had Ryu and Ken for like a real quick second. you thought her daddy was Goken? Oh yeah, I took it to Street Fighter 4. I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I know who they teacher is. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? We gotta find Akuma now. You know, but adding in this extra lore of like, oh no, this is where the style, with like the way of the fist, like this is where I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. I actually dig it. I like adding in this extra little piece of like, oh snap! So this is like the purest form, like the most evil form of the. I was like, oh, okay.
Can I be honest? If we end this series, give me a prequel, sequel, or where they end that time frame or before, where they're training American soldiers and they having real fights in those hometowns. Just go ahead and go all the way with this. If you're going to create this, Star Wars do it. We're going to have a Karate Kid prequel.
Geeky Andre said Sato was Akuma. You know what? That would be a prequel with Miyagi and Sato, like when they was young, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They was back to back. They used to be cool. This is before Sato was chopping that log all his life.
The big log.
Yo, but he had a little dent in that joint. You know what I'm saying?
It does. You could do it, but it ultimately you run into the problem that Miyagi have to leave with his tail between his legs and disgraced. So I don't know. I might want to go a little bit different because shout out to Mr. Miyagi. We don't deserve to see that. You know, because we got that in Karate Kid too, where him and Sato made up. It might have been cool, but ultimately Sato hated him until the very end.
Yeah, until his son was just so crazy he couldn't
Sato
deny
was
it.
to kill him after his dad died. So I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be good, but I can see maybe we could go another way if they ever did a prequel.
Oh, okay. Now peep this. All right, we've been running long, so I know y'all out here late. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all time for y'all coming out, watching us. I want to say this real quick, and then we'll jump to final thoughts on the show because there's tons of characters in this to talk about. Like we ain't even talk about Stingray, but you know Stingray, little redemption,
a little bit of honor,
little redemption. You know what I'm saying?
Little redemption. It was cool.
Please, next season. I know we're going overseas. I can feel it. We're going overseas to fight the tournament.
Got to.
Please let the crowd bring back the little twisty things. You know, when somebody's like beat down and they got to get the power of love to come back, and they got to, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, use a hand motion. The power of the sweaty palm.
Because Johnny used the power of love. He saw the baby. He saw the picture of the little I don't know, the X-ray picture, and then the sonogram.
You have kids. You got sonograms. You see it.
You know the X-ray, whatever that thing is. So he saw that picture of the baby. He was like, oh no. Boy. When Johnny saw that picture, the sonogram of his baby, he was like the ultimate warrior. He was like. It was on, man. It was on. He got the power back.
He still got his butt whooped afterwards, though.
But at least he was rejuvenated.
Man beat like 6 people who are practicing current karate dojo evil masters.
Especially the one with the eye patch. Like you know it was real whenever the guy with the eye patch existed.
The dude
like he didn't do nothing. I wanted to learn more about this dude. I didn't care about Tyrone Woodley anymore. I was like, tell me the story of the eye patch, man.
Tyrone Woodley. We gave him a name. I was like, when they came off the plane, I was like, hold up, they got a brother? I was like, I mean, shouts out, but y'all got a brother too? I was like, all right, okay.
First of all, real quick, shout out to the brother for beating the hell out of that old Asian kid with the terrible haircut. I can't other than Sam, I can get over Sam if she redeem herself. He ain't no redemption for him. I need Kenny to break him, Kenny.
Yes.
Make that Kenny's evil person to break.
Break his back and make him humble.
Beat him down.
You know what's funny? That kid would. I thought of all the people, he would have some kind of a story arc, but he has just been basically your cartoon.
He's getting worse.
Exactly.
He's too old to regress.
He's the male Aquafina for the show.
Oh snap!
First of all, he is a male Aquafina. All he did was get more and more speak more and more jive.
Yep.
And more like that. And his haircut got worse.
The man don't even really fight. He just be like, I'm bigger than you, so I really just can throw you around. But I don't have any real technique.
That don't work in Cobra Kai. Chosen and showed you that don't work, buddy.
Yo, they don't work, yo. And then shouts out to Dimitri. Dimitri took him down in the end. Dimitri, yo. To
Dimitri, you need to quit. You are no longer a goon. You need to rip the Cobra Kai off your shirt, slap you around, and tell you bye.
Now, Geeky Andre asked, "Do you think they're gonna find Kreese?" I don't think they're gonna have to find him. He coming home.
To them. He's coming to them.
Karate Boogie Man.
He gonna come in. He gonna come in. Now remember, he is a fugitive on the run who the police are actively looking for. This man is gonna come back to Cobra Kai. He gonna look around and be like, "Love what you did with the place." I'm like, I love how the cop was there, like mad casual, like, "Oh, you ain't heard? Heard what?" He broke out.
No biggie, no worries. Hey, the man came up with some fake.
Are y'all looking for?
Can I give a shout out to Daniel LaRusso and Johnny for playing him at the thing? No mercy, MFA.
No mercy.
He looked on his face drop. That tight leathery face looks so sick.
All right, okay, but seriously, this time for real, before final thoughts, Kreese.
Sorry.
I love what they did with Kreese in jail because Kreese too stiff to be doing these moves. So Kreese about 84 years old. He can't be doing this, all right? Yo, Kreese be like this. And then when they flash back to old Kreese doing the move at the end, I was like, I was like, he just got that old man strength.
Right.
Like, he's so stiff. You know what? I'll believe it if after Kreese beats somebody, you see him sitting down with ice packs on both knees, putting Bengay on his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo. These young bucks.
These hard thugs who are 3 times his size and just toss them around. And like, you gonna get my jello.
He whooped them easily.
Give me your jello, punk.
Like, and then the whole thing with the jello, I was like, all right, well, I guess he's gonna beat him up.
They conspired to get this to fake to help him break out of jail.
That's how bad they wanted him going.
Behind.
And I knew it was coming. My wife was like, "Oh," I said, "No." I said, "Watch, it's gonna be a fake out." I said, that dude was too afraid of Kreese when he got whooped.
Right.
They faking his death so he can escape.
Yep.
I thought they was gonna like let him get out through the body bag.
Dude was in a seated position and beat up 2 current officers that I assume have some training. But
and a doctor.
They are
and a doctor. Well, I mean the doctor.
So your assumption might not actually be correct. That is literally a 3-day training before you go in there. They be
like, all right, well, here's how you call for some more police, and all right, go into jail. It's like, whoa, that's it. Like, I don't know. This is the whole training. Like, I've seen a show called Oz. Have you seen that before? I need like a month-long training. It's like, I need like a year. This needs to be like, how does it take longer to be a beautician to be like, yo, we ain't gonna let you fade nobody's head up, bruh. But you gonna give me a gun and send me in there?
Bruh. Like when they got beat up, when they got knocked out, I was just like, one, guys, yeah, you didn't expect, like, nobody was like, maybe once a doctor's tasting this thing, maybe you should back the heck up right now.
The doctor was like,
take a quick step back, or the fact that his body wouldn't have even been cold. Like, did nobody think about that? The man literally just is holding his breath. Nobody's like, yo, maybe we should close his nose just to be sure he's really dead. Like how? There was a million ways to be able to tell this man would have been dead.
He must be Batman level good because he stopped his pulse because he checked his pulse. Remember,
they didn't check his pulse. That man just didn't know how to check pulse. Like, he just felt his neck. That was a caress. That was a signal. It was just like,
this is how he checked his pulse. He was like, well, he did.
He did.
Like, well, yes, he did. Yo, man.
Shout out to them. Even though you knew it was coming, like you can feel it coming, it still was funny as hell. Because you see that he did that old spin kick. He did his kick.
Yo, that spin kick. That spin kick he did. Let me tell you, Kreese is so old and stiff that Kreese, he didn't telegraph that kick. This man sent you a letter last year. I called you last week, sent you a text about 10 minutes ago just to remind you that
it's coming like the 4 o'clock, the train. You see a train coming?
Bruh, they doing slow.
Bro.
But maybe it's because, he was so scared, he was like frozen because Kreese is so good. You know what I'm saying? So he's so good, he was scared just from the from the aura.
I know Kreese is like a karate, was trained by one of the greats overseas. This man is old, and them the cops, these young dudes can't do, like, one good hit to kind of knock him out. I can believe Chosen still got it. All right, I can believe Chosen.
All right, I'm not
Chosen had to they jump cut some of his punches because he old.
I'm not saying do not do this in real life unless you absolutely have to, and you shouldn't have to. But someone that age, no one decided to kick him in the knees once, like just once. Okay? Like them knees got like 70 years of like working. All right,
old man strength exists.
I would have swept them knees so hard.
The knees. Sweep the leg, Johnny.
I would have aimed straight for them kneecaps. I'm like, them joints is going down today.
Facts.
Yo,
like
do not kick old men in the knees. All right? It's not right. It's not good. I'm just saying, if there's like a dude like Kreese, then you can consider it. All right, but he's still old. Respect your elders.
Don't do it, because if you saw dead presidents, they might go to the boo on you like Kirby.
Oh yeah.
Don't play with them.
Yeah, just leave them, man.
You know I got one leg. Because they got to go to the boo. After you do that, you play with the legs. They got to shoot you. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Them old crusty knees, I would have wrinkled them joints up. I ain't giving nobody no idea.
Just be on the floor, just old man, just
They would have came in like, what happened?
I literally just flicked the knee. I didn't even hit.
I'd be like, I don't know what's happening. He was walking around, and he said his leg was hurting the past couple days.
Is the stiffest, shortest man walking around like he's 7 feet tall.
Yo, you can't tell him nothing neither.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so with that said, I'm gonna throw it to Gift. Final thoughts, where can they find you?
All right, final thoughts. One, I am very, very it is hilarious how much this show is either written by a Japanese person who knows the rivalry with Korea and is also still petty against Korea, because that was Korea versus Japan. And Koreans don't like Japanese people because, war stuff and stuff like that.
Of course,
but
colonization and a whole bunch of stuff.
Exactly. Exactly, but it was smooth. Like they undertonedly put that in. They just said, "Oh, it's all karate," but I'm like, "Yo, that's not karate, and there's no karate in Korea." Thanks to Dope, shout out. And number two, like, yo, this show I'm excited to see, and also kind of hoping this next season is the last season. I think it's supposed to be the last season for Cobra Kai because there's nowhere up except for the National Guard coming in and taking out these child soldiers. All right, like unless
not child soldiers though.
Those are child soldiers. That like Joseph Kony out there, like, bruh, I should have been trying to do this all this time. Nobody would have been bothering me. Like, this is wild. But you guys can find me over on Instagram at Gift Time and Twitter at GiftABelu. Drop in HBC Rugby Classic coming soon, and we got podcast stuff coming soon. But really, HBC Rugby Classic because that's what matters most.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up, Keith.
Final thoughts. Sam sucks. Tori was better than her this year. I need Sam to be less annoying. All the kids are getting old. Shout out to Moon and her the other friend because they got to show the abs.
I was like, y'all grown?
They grow.
Can somebody get those adults out the set?
Shout out to Johnny, Miguel, and Robbie. They still have the heart of the show. I finally no longer hate Robbie because I hated like Robbie was a good villain, but he was good. Like he was a good annoyance. Like whereas I don't take the big Asian kid serious. I get some of Robbie's
motivations,
and I'm glad Johnny like all right, time to beat the hell out of each other. But what I like that Miguel shows you he is the better man, and they put that in where Miguel Robbie's like, I was the worst part of your life. I'm sorry. And he was like, just because, you know what, you're right, but I ain't got to do it to you. I've won this fight because Miguel was whooping his ass. Miguel won that fight. But Miguel also, they're going to be de facto brothers. They're going to have a little brother together. I'm glad that this got to be it. No more switching sides. I don't care about the little chubby kid who switch sides and he's a scrub. Eli can wash him up now.
And then
no more switching sides. Y'all got to be one. I'm glad
switching sides and switching girls because it's Sam to Tori switch up constantly too. Like, yo, choose somebody.
I think Miguel and Sam gonna wind up together because they have to. It's headed that way.
They're gonna work it out. They're gonna work it out.
You know, Robbie gonna wind up with somebody eventually. You know, whatever, or he gonna wind up, posing just to something show his abs every time. He gonna be all right. You know, as long as he get to kick somebody, he just gonna look off in space and look crazy because he got to get his other roles in. He is getting other movie roles too. Shout out to Robbie and Miguel. They are going to be the stars.
What happened to the Blue Beetle movie? Is that shelved too, or is that?
Actually, I think it's coming back. I think
it's still good to go.
So
good to go. It's one of the 2 movies that they can put out per year.
AKA Miguel. Shout out to him. Glad your movie made it, bro. Somehow, LeBron's house party got past the cut. Shout out to them. WB's.
That joint would have been HBO Max edition.
But you can find me. But overall, I enjoyed this season. Not my favorite season, but a necessary season. I'm glad they used this season to make some logic to up the stakes because the All Valley just don't matter no more. They done kick everybody.
They have an All Valley at like the McDonald's, so it's like
like the All Valley just ain't good enough. You can't just do the All Valley no more. Once you do a person through a house window, forget the All Valley. You do a man off the building and put him in the hot and put him in traction that made him go to Mexico to find his drug dealing daddy.
Yo,
forget the All Valley. They ain't no
they
more All Valley.
This man off the balcony.
You got to fight ninjas, samurais. You got to fight some mythical beings. You got to fight Naruto and Kakashi and them. Team 7. That's who you got to have a tournament against.
Not Team 7 though.
Tanjiro got to show up with the blade. I don't know. You got to do this because where do you go after All Valley is so irrelevant at this point?
You know what? Sam is like Sakura because all Sakura did is cry until Tsunade met her and she was like, "Hey, girl, come on, stop. Hey, come on. Let me teach you how to punch." And then she started. Once she started wearing the Tifa gloves, that's when Sakura got dope. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ninja. Shout out to all the ladies who take up for Sakura. I get it, and I get that the manga did her better. She still married a psychopathic man who abused her, who tried to kill the world.
Yeah, the whole world.
And all she could do is punch the ground. But okay.
Well, she did punch people too. She gave them a little work.
She did. She put some work in the war art. Hey, look. Let's keep it real. Protect it. Your healers are important. Because because in video games, if you got a good healer, protect the healer. Yeah. So she is important. Just saying. But find me at www.blerdish.com. That's www.blerd.com. Dope shirts on the way. Kid, Goku. But got sales coming up this weekend and the rest of September. And of course, got podcasts coming up eventually. This and our D23 review from yesterday will pop up on there. Yep. Got other guests coming up. And I will be at, again, Louisiana Comic Con, October 1st and 2nd. Giancarlo Esposito will be one of the main people. So, with him, or if you can't get a ticket, come spend money with me and buy some black dope comic books, manga, other stuff, art prints, and support indie creators.
Nice. That's what's up. My final thoughts are: this show is better than it has any right to be.
Exactly.
When I first heard the concept, I was like, "This is going to be stupid, and I don't want to watch it." It was on YouTube. I was like, "I ain't paying for that mess." And it came on Netflix, and I was like, "Fine." And I was like, "Hold up. This is all right." And I was hooked. Now, we're at season 5. We probably have to close this down in 1 or 2 more seasons. Hear me out. I'm gonna speak to the brothers in Hollywood that I know can get things done. Will Smith, Denzel. Notice I didn't say anybody starting with the letter T. We don't want them involved. All right? We don't want that man involved. But I want you to listen in. The Dragon Returns. That's the name of the series. Now I know we lost somebody. from the main cast. But I do think, just like we lost Mr. Miyagi, I think we can move ahead with this without Sho'nuff. All right? I think we can. I love Sho'nuff, or we could recast Sho'nuff, but I think The Dragon Returns, bruh, come on now. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Because this, just how we've been getting this, what if somebody did the prequel to how Sho'nuff became Sho'nuff?
I would love that. Love that.
Some people have been working on projects for that. Shout out to them if you tag them if you want, all that. But if it does officially happen, because how did he become the Shogun of Harlem? Because he was, I think, an army, like somebody wrote some backstory. Even I think Marcus the Visual was fooling around with the concept of, hey, we don't understand what was his motivations. How did he become the beat?
Yeah. And then, I want to see that. Because, did he come from humble beginnings, or did he come from like a lineage of like real dope karate people? Like, you know what I'm saying? What that man was? Why did Harlem need a shogun at the time when he came up?
How did he get his crew together?
Clearly, that man had gotten beaten up whenever he was a kid, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna show you my nerd style," and actually learned to back this thing up, and that's where you get the shogun. Because ain't nobody in Harlem about to be walking around with no shogun stuff unless you were getting beat up as a kid initially. Like, this
man had a jerry curl with shoulder pads and stunner shades.
It was stunner shades though.
Because he could. Because he was that dope.
Yeah, because ain't nobody messing with him.
He was cosplaying before there was any other black cosplayers.
Yo,
honestly, Kenny is probably the best version of a prequel to Sho'nuff.
You know what? You know what I'm saying?
Did he a kid Sho'nuff?
And then, you know, you get Beast and you get the rest of them all together. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Yo, hey, I'm just saying, look, come on now.
It's right there.
We got a prequel, and then after you finish the prequel, then you can come out with The Dragon Returns. Boom.
Let's go.
In
You know what I'm
fact,
saying?
you talk about
New York has been cool for years, but now, you know, like stuff has been going on. You know what I'm saying? You know how movies be like, after a period of peace, the darkness came. So you just do something like that. Like everything's been cool. You know, they shut down the studio. You know, like people aren't really into karate no more. But then somehow, you know, at like, you know, I don't know, it's like kids at school getting beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they're like, yo, man, like these kids, they just getting bullied so much. And he's like, I'm gonna have to teach these kids. And then he's like, yo, hold up. Who's teaching these other kids how to fight so good? And it's like, oh, snap.
You know what?
Oh, it's a hidden villain.
Let's keep it real. If we had to get down. That was in the period between the late 70s and when hip hop was born and all that, and when things were bombed out, and then they showed you how hip hop came to be this life-saving force. People were into karate around that time in the 70s, and then all that went. It can kind of flow in that way.
Yep.
It ties back with the hip hop era. He was there. So I'm just saying, Will Smith and his producing partner.
Yep.
You know,
because Will, you already on this. Come on, Will. Come on. Do it for us. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Will.
Give you the rights. Whoever got the rights.
I know, because who has to? I guess maybe like Barry Gordy or his family or somebody. Because I mean, man, I don't know who owns it.
I think they still own the rights to it, and they wanted to have that rumor of Chris Brown years ago before he lost his mind. Was supposed to be a part of it.
If Chris Brown didn't have so many tattoos to cover up, then I'd be down with that. Because even though he's not known as a martial artist, dude is so athletic, it works.
I'm gonna hate for a minute because he's still from too many cosplayers, too many artists, and reposted crap and do that garbage that he do. The hell with him. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm done. That dude is a legit thief. I'm saying it on YouTube. Chris Brown is a legit petty thief. He's a pathetic person.
And he's made the same music for about 10 years. But but with that said, thank you for coming through. Geeky Andre, Dre 807K, ZSB Lou. We had a whole bunch of folks come through, have a good time. Yo, tomorrow we talking Star Wars. So from us to you, thank you for rolling through. We got some dope beats from y'all. Until next time, peace.
Go slap some bricks. Go break them.
Yo, you need to set up a whole bunch of ice in a row, right? And then it's in the waist. You got to turn it in the waist, all right? And then when you bring it with the waist, you go, you know? Yep. And then if you want to punch somebody in the chest, you gotta come back like an arrow, and you whip it, and then
make sure your knuckles are extra ashy.
And get that extra. You know, you gotta double it up. All right, and it's gotta pull like a slingshot. All right.
Oh man. Anyway, y'all, we out.
Yo, y'all be easy. All right.
Word.
do it, then maybe you should let someone who can, like me.